I will message you. Be good to, you know what it is? I would love to do that because I'd like to give credit and kudos to smaller creators who, because actually, Big Bear, um, I'm in a project of my own where we're designing our own parody play, is well underway, which is coming soon. So it's all exciting stuff. Steak and chips, very nice. Right, guys, I'm waffling. I'm going to go on and I'm going to start with so we have two Adventures by Morse, City of the Dead, episode 9, which is Trail of the Phantom Church Bell. Will we find out where the church bell's coming from now? And then episode 10, which is where the pills were hidden. So episode 10 obviously is where we're going to find out everything, everything that we need to know. Absolutely, Big Bear Radio. I couldn't agree more. Then we're going to do a CBS Radio Mystery Theatre, and that will probably take us up to the 2 hours. So grab your favorite drink, relax, chill. If you fall asleep, that's fine. But enjoy nonetheless. So this is episode 9 of City of the Dead, Trail of the Phantom Church Bell.
Cerebral Cinema. Movies of the mind.
Adventures by Morse. Carlton E. Morse presents The City of the Dead, featuring Captain Friday.
If you like high adventure, come with me. If you like the stealth of intrigue, come with me. If you like blood and thunder, come with me.
9 o'clock on the morning of the 3rd day in the City of the Dead. The most harrowing night in the lives of Phyllis Carroll and Jimmy Parker is past. During this night of terror, the following incidents have taken place. Captain Friday has disappeared. Jimmy Parker is convinced that it was Mayor Friday whom he and the captain saw digging in Ernie Morton's grave just before Captain Friday disappeared. One of the black pearls belonging to the collection of Theodore Beverly, Phyllis's grandfather, was found under her pillow. It was placed in the mayor's care, and within half an hour was taken from him by some mysterious person. Then, in conclusion, the inmates of the mayor's cottage, including Jimmy, Phyllis, old Dr. Tooner, and the mayor, watching the dawn break from one of the windows, saw old Clawfoot captured and carried off by someone unrecognizable in the dim light. But the night is behind them. The warm morning sun has become a tonic to the shattered nerves of the group and has done much to dispel the terror of the night hours. Phyllis alone is still abed with her wounded shoulder.
Jimmy.
Well, hello there, sleepyhead. Good morning.
Jimmy.
Lie down, Philly. You hurt your shoulder.
Oh,
See? I told you. Now you lie still.
I forgot. Jimmy, is everything all right?
Right as rain.
But old Clawfoot was kidnapped.
All the better. We don't have to worry about him anymore.
I just remember you saying that, and then I guess I went back to sleep. What happened after that?
Not a thing. Dr. Tooner and Mayor Friday went out, but they couldn't find a trace of anything. Clawfoot and whoever captured him had vanished.
How long have I been asleep, Jimmy?
4 hours. It's just past 9 now.
I feel an awful lot better now.
Hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, Phil, it's good to hear you laugh again. It seems ages since we've had anything to laugh at.
Well, things are going to be all right now, aren't they, Jimmy?
I don't know, Phil. I hope so.
What's the matter? Has something else happened?
No, thank heavens, no. But everything is just as mixed up as it was last night. Just doesn't seem so bad in the daylight.
Oh.
And, Phil...
What is it, Jimmy?
I hate to tell you. I suppose I ought to.
Oh, of course you should. Everything.
Well, the mayor called up the police station in the city this morning.
Jimmy.
I tried to try to get him not to do it, and so did Dr. Tooner.
Well, does that mean we've got to go to jail?
I don't know. I didn't hear what he said on the phone, but, well, you know how he feels toward me.
Well, don't you worry about it. I know you haven't done anything. They can't lock you up. They can't.
I know. They can make it awfully hot for us, Phyllis. We did dig in Ernie Morton's grave, and the next morning Bert Arnold's body was found buried there. How can we possibly prove that we didn't murder Bert?
Where are Dr. Tuner and the mayor now?
Well, the mayor's gone down into the city of the dead. Dr. Tuner was out in the kitchen just a minute ago. I suppose he stepped outside.
Anyway, Jimmy, if the police do come, we won't have to spend another night in this terrible place.
We wouldn't anyway. Oh, I hate Mayor Friday. He's been antagonistic toward us ever since we first came here asking for help.
He's got an awful guilty conscience or something. Do you suppose he's been looking for the pearls himself? That would explain why he'd be jealous of us.
Dr. Tuner must be in on it, too, then.
Oh, no, I'm sure he's not. He's so friendly and gentle. I don't think he knows anything about what the mayor's been up to.
How could he help it? Hasn't he been coming down to the city of the dead for the last 20 years? To visit his old patients buried here, he says.
Yeah, and I reckon that's the truth, too, son.
Hey,
Dr. Tuner.
how long have you been standing there listening?
No, Parker. Ain't no use to get all worked up on a nice sunshiny morning like this.
Well, just the same, you had no business eavesdropping.
Parker, I reckon you've got a lot to learn. It ain't always the best policy to jump at conclusions. You're young yet. Someday you'll find out diplomacy is a mighty fine trait to cultivate.
Well, facts are facts.
Yeah, I reckon they are, my boy. Just the same, I venture to say that 3/4 of your trouble here has been of your own making.
What do you mean?
I mean, you should have done your best to make the mayor like you instead of irritating and badgering him. You ain't had any considerations from his feelings right along, so why should he bother to think anything but the worst about you?
But I've never accused Mayor Friday of anything that wasn't perfectly apparent on the surface.
No, of course you haven't. Neither has he suspected you of anything that didn't look almighty queer.
Yeah, but I told the truth.
Yeah, I reckon you did. That ain't the point. You've made the mayor dislike you all along. Now, when there comes a time when you want him to trust and believe in you, he naturally turns against you.
What time will the police be here?
Oh, I don't reckon there'll be anyone down before afternoon.
Is he going to turn Phyllis and me over to him?
Yeah, the mayor don't do much talking, not even to me.
But you don't think we've done anything wrong, do you, Dr. Tuner?
Well, I calculate I'd rather not say what I believe, Miss Carroll. But say now, I've been standing here lecturing you two when I come in to see about breakfast. Hot cake batter's all mixed up and the skillet's piping hot.
Hot cakes. Are they the sour milk kind?
I reckon sour milk hotcakes are the only real hot cake there is.
Oh, I adore them. Oh, come on, Jimmy. You are hungry, aren't you?
No, I suppose so.
Miss Carroll, you're lucky to have a young fellow like Jimmy Parker. He sat by your bed all the time you were asleep. He just wouldn't move from your side.
Oh, Jimmy, you shouldn't have done that. Haven't you had any sleep all night?
No, forget it, Phil. I feel fine.
Yeah, I'll go out and put on a batch of hotcakes. Oh, by the way, Miss Carroll, do you like your eggs straight up or over easy?
Over easy. Oh, isn't he a dear?
Mine straight up, Doctor.
One straight up, one over easy. I got some mighty fine home-cured bacon for you, too.
Jimmy, it was awfully nice of you to sit beside me while I slept. I think that was why my dreams were so sweet.
Oh, Phil, dear, you were so lovely sleeping. All the time I sat here beside you, you were smiling in your sleep. I wondered what you were dreaming about.
Don't you wish you knew?
Phil, dear, was it...
Listen, Jimmy Parker, you go get me a pan of warm water and a comb and a mirror. You're a fine nurse. I'll bet you'd have let me eat breakfast without even powdering my nose.
Yeah, I guess I would. But, Phil...
Hurry, Jimmy, or Dr. Tuner will be in here with the hotcakes before I'm ready.
They're browning nicely. I got a good dew on them this morning.
Oh, here comes the mayor, Dr. Tuner. I caught a glimpse of him through the window.
Well, I'll put a couple of more eggs in the pan then.
Good morning, Mayor Friday.
Yeah. Good morning, Miss Carroll. How do you feel?
Oh, much better, thank you. Mayor Friday, are you going to turn Jimmy and me over to the police?
Now, Miss Carroll.
But we only parked Jimmy's car near the city of the dead. I think if you understood about us...
Miss Carroll, I think you and I ought to have a good long talk together.
Why, what about?
Shh. Here comes young Parker. We'll talk about it after breakfast, huh?
Here you are, Phil. Oh, Mayor Friday.
Yes, it's me.
Here, Phil's a basin of water, soap, and wash rag.
Thank you, Jimmy. Now, if you'll get me a comb and a hand mirror...
Sure thing. Comb and a mirror. All right. Here you are.
Thanks. And now if you two men will go out in the kitchen with Dr. Tuner so a girl can have a little privacy...
Sure, okay. Come on, Mayor Friday.
We'll get together after breakfast, miss.
Yeah, pretty good cook, if I do say so myself.
Smells good.
Yeah, there's a stack of cakes about ready. Oh, hello, Mayor. Ready to eat?
You ready as soon as I wash up.
I put the table in beside Miss Carroll's bed so we could be sort of sociable.
Hey, Doc Tuner, why don't you let me fry the hotcakes? I can jump up from the table and trot out here to the kitchen easier than you.
No, I reckon I'm the hot cake expert.
Say, Doctor, do you feel a difference this morning? I can't explain it. I feel as though a great weight had been lifted.
Well, I reckon I know what you mean, Parker. I feel chipper this morning myself.
It's as though we had passed through a nightmare and now the danger's over.
Hmm.
You don't suppose it's because old Clawfoot isn't hanging around any longer, do you?
Well, I don't know as I can say that...
Oh, Jimmy! Jimmy!
Oh, coming, Phil. Well, didn't take you very long.
It was hard to get the powder on straight when I had to hold the mirror propped up against my knee.
Hi, Doctor. Phil's ready. Bring on the bacon and eggs.
And oodles of hot cake.
Breakfast coming up. Everyone sit down. Miss Carroll gets her plate in her lap.
Right side up, though, please.
I'll sit here by the bed so I can hand things to Phil.
No hot cakes for me, Doc. I think too much of my insides.
Why, Mayor, they're lovely. Really, they are, Dr. Tuner. Now, don't you feel bad.
Oh, Mayor can't hurt my feelings that way, Miss Carroll. I ain't been able to make him eat a hot cake in all the 20 years I've known him. He simply ain't got the taste for 'em.
Oh, they're great, Doctor.
I was up to Lammy Fink's cabin this morning. That is, what's left of it since it burned down.
Lammy Fink?
Mayor Friday, just who was Lammy Fink?
An old feller I had working for me in the City of the Dead. Kind of addlepated, but he was a good worker. Loved flowers.
Well, what about it, Mayor? Why did you go to his cabin?
Made the trip for nothing. Everything fell into the cellar when the building burned. Couldn't get to the bottom with all those burned timber, cook stove, and other junk that crashed down into the basement.
Couldn't tell how many bodies really was in the place then, huh?
No.
Oh, listen.
The church bell. Well, that's the first time I've heard it ring in the daytime.
Mighty strange. Mighty strange.
Heard it a couple of times already this morning.
Now, look here. If it keeps up, we should be able to trace it in the daylight.
Been thinking about that.
Yeah, I think we should go right after breakfast. Don't you, Mayor?
One of us ought to.
Both of you go along. I'll stay with Phyllis.
No.
But look here, Mayor. Surely you don't think I'd run away and leave Phyllis. You know as well as I do that with that knife wound in her shoulder, I couldn't possibly move her.
Gonna keep you under my eye until the police get here.
Oh.
Well, then suppose you take Parker with you, Mayor, and I'll stay with Miss Carroll.
No.
Well, Mayor, I'll go look for the bell alone if you say so, but I'll tell you flat, I ain't hankering for it even by daylight. You know how the fog comes up in the middle of the day. Might as well be night when that miserable stuff settles down in the City of the Dead.
I ain't asking you to go alone. You'll take Parker with you.
But look here, Mayor. I promised Phyllis I wouldn't leave her again, and I'm not going to.
Jimmy, maybe you'd better do what the mayor says.
You want me to go and leave you here with this... with Mayor Friday?
Oh, no. Well, that is... Oh, please, Mayor Friday, does Jimmy have to go?
Yes.
Well, I won't.
Now, Parker, what was I telling you this morning? I reckon you better come along with me.
Dr. Tuner, you don't want me to leave Phyllis with this man.
Why not? I ain't gonna eat her.
And if I should leave Phil and if anything should happen, I'd never forgive myself.
Well, I reckon the mayor's just as capable of looking out for Miss Carroll as you or me.
Yeah, but look here, if I can't stay with Phyllis, why don't you stay here, Dr. Tuner, and let Mayor Friday take me to look for the Phantom Bell?
No. You're gonna do what I say.
Well, I guess it'll be all right, Jimmy. You go along with Dr. Tuner.
Something's wrong. Why do you want to separate Phyllis and me?
Oh, now, Parker, nothing's wrong.
Look here, young fella. I'm gonna tell you something for your own good. The quicker you learn not to suspect the people around you, the better you'll get on in this world.
You're keeping something from us.
No matter what you think, Parker, you're gonna out with Doc Tuner, and that's final.
Supposing I refuse to go.
You haven't got a chance of refusing. You're going with Doc Tuner even if he has to walk behind you with a gun.
Oh, please, Jimmy, I'll be all right. Honest, I will.
I don't like it.
Well, I reckon you're Hello, what in Tunket made that shadow? Where's the sun?
Gone behind a cloud, I suppose.
No, it ain't. It's the fog coming in.
What, already?
Saw it coming from way off when I was up at Lammy Fink's cabin.
Yeah, looks as though we're going to hunt that church bell in the fog.
Shouldn't have no trouble if it keeps a ringing the way it has been.
Oh, dear. And I was feeling so much better.
More hot cakes, Parker?
No, no more. What about you, Phil?
No, thank you.
Mighty skinny appetites. Well, if everybody's finished, let's just carry the table back into the kitchen. Grab a hold there, Mayor.
Yeah.
As soon as we get the dishes stacked, Parker and I'll go on down to the old church.
Look here, Phyllis. If you're afraid to stay here alone with Mayor Friday, you just say the word and I won't go. That gun business is all hooey. Dr. Tuner wouldn't shoot anybody.
No, Jimmy. You go ahead. It'll be all right. Really, it will. Only... Well, I wish this fog wasn't settling down on us again. It makes me cold inside just to think of it.
Listen, Phil. I found this knife out in the kitchen.
Jimmy!
It's the one you were stabbed with.
Oh, take it away.
No, Phil. Take it under the cover with you.
Oh, no. I don't want it.
Don't let Doc or the mayor hear. Please take it. Hide it under the covers. I'll feel a lot better if I know you've got something to protect yourself with.
I hate the sight of it. It's a terrible weapon.
You'd be glad enough to have it if you were fighting for your life.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Nothing really, Phil. Only, well, here, take it.
All right, but... Why, what an ugly handle.
Quick, put it under the covers and don't tell anyone.
Oh, I hate it.
There. Now, if anyone gets funny, you can carve your initials on him.
Why is old Mayor Friday so intent on having Phyllis to himself? What is it that Jimmy fears for her? And beyond all else, what will Jimmy and Dr. Tuner find in taking up the trail of the phantom church bell? And the missing Captain Friday? But more of all that in just a moment.
That ugly knife gives me the shivers. I won't rest a bit while it's under the covers with me.
Use it if it's necessary. Here's something else.
What is it?
A whistle.
Where did you get that?
It's a police whistle Captain Friday left here. Take it.
Why, what for?
To use if you're in danger.
Do you think something's going to happen to me?
Not if I can help it.
But with this knife and the whistle...
I don't want to frighten you, Phyllis. Honest, I don't know of a single thing that might happen. But, well, you know what a time we've had so far.
Yes, I know.
Well, then you take this whistle. If you get suspicious that things aren't going right, when you become frightened, you just blow this police whistle as hard as you can. You'll be surprised how far it'll carry.
Do you think you could hear it anywhere in the city of the dead?
I think so. Anyway, we won't be out of range of it very long.
That does make me feel safer, to know that I can call you.
Shh, watch it.
Now, Parker, get your hat and let's get started before the fog settles too thick among the tombstones.
All right. I'll be right with you.
Now then, Miss Carroll, don't you worry. You aren't in any danger, and nothing's going to happen while we're away. You just see if you can't get a lot of sleep today. If everything goes as it should, you'll be up and walking around another day or two.
You're sure I'll be all right, Dr. Tuner?
Of course you will.
Well, don't be gone too long, will you?
Oh, I don't reckon we'll be out any longer than we can help. Mayor, you're going to take good care of Miss Carroll now, ain't you?
Yeah, I reckon me and Miss Carroll are going to get on right smart, ain't we, miss?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Me and her got a lot of things to talk about.
Well, don't get so interested talking you forget about your job as nurse, Mayor.
Well, I'm ready, Dr. Tuner.
All right, Parker.
Goodbye, Phil. Remember, don't take any chances, will you?
No, Jimmy. I promise.
Come along, Parker. Come along.
Look there, Dr. Tuner. There's Ernie Morton's grave just ahead. Let's look at it a minute.
It's getting pretty foggy, Parker. We ought to keep moving.
It won't take but a minute. Look here, Doctor. See, this is where Captain Friday and I were lying just before he sneaked over to the grave. You can still see the impression of my body in the grass.
Looks so, all right, son.
Of course it's so.
If that bell keeps ringing like this, we shouldn't have any trouble following it.
Look here at the grave, Doc.
Oh, come along, boy. Come along.
But I want to prove to you that the grave was opened last night.
Yeah, how'll you do that, Parker?
Here. Look at this piece of sod turned upside down.
Yeah, what's that prove?
Look. The grass is still fresh and green when I turn it over. If that sod had been lying bottom side up since Captain Friday opened the grave 3 nights ago, the grass would have wilted, wouldn't it?
I reckon you're right, son.
Of course the grave was opened last night. You know what I think?
Yeah, come along. You can talk as we're moving along.
I think that it was Mayor Friday himself digging in that grave.
Well, that ain't nothing new. You've been intimating that that's what you thought right along.
Well, I never came right out and said it before.
Yeah, there's the old church looming up down there through the fog.
We must be getting near the bell. Doesn't sound much closer, though. What sort of woods are those behind the church?
Oh, hardwood, mostly. Oak and beech, I reckon. Shall we go on down to the church and make that our starting point?
All right.
Hey, what do you keep cocking your ears back toward the house for, Parker? You can't hear anything down here.
Don't know. Thought I might.
It's a queer thing to say. What do you expect to hear this far off?
Oh, never mind. Well, where are we going to look for this bell?
Well, I reckon the best thing we can do is sneak down there alongside of the church and just sit and wait till we hear it. That'll give us a clue to work from.
Yeah, but we might sit all day.
Hey, there you are now. Listen. Hey, gosh, can't tell anything about it, can you? Don't seem to come from any direction at all.
That's a fact. Listen. Seems to be coming from the church, don't you think?
Well, it ain't possible. The mayor and I gave the place a good going over, and so did Captain Friday, and the bell ain't in the ruins.
Listen.
Stopped again. Look, Parker, I've sort of had an idea that bell might be out there in the woods in back of the church. What do you think?
Well, maybe. Sounded in the church to me.
Well, now, just supposing it was hanging out on a limb of a tree in the woods and was swinging free. The wind could blow it or rock the tree, and it'd ring soft-like off and on, just like it has been.
But what would a bell be doing up in a tree?
There ain't any explaining a good many things down here in the City of the Dead these days.
Well, why these long waits between the ringing? Sometimes it's been hours.
Well, perhaps there hasn't been enough wind to ring it.
Well, there's as much breeze now as there was a moment ago when the bell was ringing, and that isn't any.
Well, there she goes again. Now, listen careful and try to place the direction the sound's coming from.
Just the same as before. I'd say the church.
It does sound so. But it can't be, I tell you. Still, if it was out in the open, we ought to be able to walk right straight toward where it's ringing.
Well, are we going to stand here all day, or are we going to scout around and see what we can find?
Yeah, this damn burn fog would have to come down just now. Danged if I know which way to turn.
Look here, Dr. Tuner. Let's go inside the church and listen. Maybe we'll get some clues that way.
Might as well, I guess. Ain't no good standing around out here getting fog in your ears and throat and down your neck. That pesky stuff.
Up in San Francisco, I rather like the fog. This is miserable stuff down here, all right.
I've hated it ever since I can remember. Decayed atmosphere, that's what fog is to me. A nice day that's begun to rot.
That's a pleasant thought.
I can't help it. I always get the grumps and the creeps and the sniffles in the fog. Worst nightmare I ever had was about fog.
Well, here we are. We might as well go in.
Good thing I brought a pocket flash along. Go ahead, but mind your way. Them floorboards is rotten as punk. You're likely to break a leg.
You want to lead?
No, you go on ahead. This here's your idea. Here, you can have the flashlight.
Well, okay. This is a miserable hole, isn't it? Everything wet and mildewed. Shh. Why, the bell's fainter in here than it was outside.
I reckon I was right after all.
Quick, let's get outside. Now we're getting somewhere.
Hey, look out where you're going, fella. You'll go through the floor.
Come on, Doc. Come on. Oh!
Parker, are you hurt? Parker, are you hurt? Answer me. Parker, you got the flashlight. Turn it on. Parker, answer me. Answer me.
Dr. Tuner, don't carry on so. I'm all right.
All right. Well, then why in Tunket was you making them ghastly groans?
That wasn't me, Doc.
Wasn't you?
No, there's someone else down here. I'm looking for my flash. I dropped it when I went through the floor.
You say there's somebody else down there?
Hey, Doc, stop asking questions and come and help me. I'm down in the basement. There must be a door to the outside someplace.
Basement? By George, that's right. This place has got a basement.
Well, go outside and see if you can find a door to it. It's blacker than pitch down here, and something's down here with me.
The door to the basement's right outside. I'll be right with you.
Oh, what a noise. Oh, blame it all. Where'd I drop that light? Doc ever gets that door.
Hi there, Parker. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's the matter? Is the door locked?
The hinge is rusted so bad I'll have to break the door down. Are you still all right?
Yes. Hurry and break it in. I can't find my flashlight. Oh, this groaning is getting on my goat.
Well, hang on. I got a piece of timber for a battering ram.
Well, go to it, Doc. Well, this is great. The bell! Hey, Doc, the bell! Hurry, Doctor, I discovered something. Dr. Tuner, I found the bell. The phantom church bell's here in the basement.
Parker, are you crazy?
No, I'm not. Here's my flashlight. There. There's your church bell.
Look there in the corner.
Yeah, a man bound and gagged. Come on, Doc.
Oh, so that's where them groans come from.
You know him?
No. Never saw him before in my life. Here, help me untie him. Hey, look at here. He ain't only bound and gagged, he's roped to this 2x4 in the wall.
They weren't taking any chance on his getting away.
Poor chap. Mighty near dead.
He's unconscious, isn't he? What's the matter with him?
It looks mostly like starvation, but there's a bad lump here on his head.
We'll have to carry him up to the house.
Yeah, and mighty quick, too. He'll die on our hands. His heart ain't showing much signs. Stand aside, Parker.
Look here at this old bell, Doctor. standing here on its rack. Just swings clear of the floor.
I can't figure out what made it ring, Parker.
I've got it. This man was ringing it. It was the only way he could call for help. Look here, Doctor. See, he was tied to this 2x4. When he stretched out his bound feet just as far as he could reach, the tip of his toe would just touch the rim of the bell. He'd give it a shove, and the bell would ring a few strokes.
Why, criminy, Parker. And then he'd probably have long spells of unconsciousness on account of this crack on the head. That'd account for the spells of silence. Now then, you ready? There, you take his shoulders and I'll take his knees here.
All right. Let's go.
Careful. Bump his head on the door, Jan.
Yeah, all clear. What'll we do? Leave the bell as it is?
Sure, Parker. Ain't nobody gonna touch it. Just strike off through the tombstones and keep on the grass. It's easier walking.
Poor guy. Looks more like a corpse than a living man.
Yeah, so that was the answer to the phantom bell. No wonder we couldn't locate where the sound was coming from. By the time it got outside the cellar walls, the sound was so broken it seemed to come from everywhere.
Funny you or the mayor didn't think of looking in the basement when you came down here 3 nights ago.
Yeah, is it? Did you think of looking in the basement for a ringing church bell? Had to fall right in on top of it before you got the idea, didn't you? Just call out if you want to rest.
Well, he's not heavy. Well, if we knew as much about old Clawfoot as we do about the bell... The whistle! That's Phyllis!
Hey, don't drop the man.
It's Phyllis, Doc. Something's happened to Phyllis.
Hi, Parker, come back here.
Something's happened to Phyllis. Don't you hear the whistle?
You have just heard the 9th episode of The City of the Dead, written for radio by Carlton E. Morse. Next week brings you Where the Pearls Were Hidden, the 10th and final episode of this adventure thriller. Next week you will know the identity of old Clawfoot, the name of the man who rang the bell, what really became of Grandfather Theodore Beverly, who the murderers were, who the grave looters were, and what became of the famous collection of black pearls.
Cerebral Cinema.
All right, guys, I know you've been waiting for it. So this is the very last episode that I'm playing in of the series. So this is episode 10, and it's called Where the Pearls Were Hidden. Now, I have heard this before, obviously, which is one of the reasons why I wanted you guys to hear it. So what I'm going to say is, if you haven't heard this before, pay close attention to the explanation, because it took me a little while to grasp it. So listen carefully, all right, and enjoy. So episode 10, Where the Pearls Were Hidden.
This is Cerebral Cinema. Movies of the mind.
Adventures by Morse. Carlton E. Morse presents The City of the Dead, featuring Captain Friday.
If you like high adventure, come with me. If you like the stealth of intrigue, come with me. If you like blood and thunder, come with me.
"2:00 on the afternoon of the 3rd day in the City of the Dead. A drenching wet blanket of fog still lays upon this old abandoned cemetery. In our last episode, Jimmy Parker and Dr. Tooner had gone down into the City of the Dead in search of the phantom church bell, leaving Phyllis Carroll alone with Mayor Friday. Jimmy tried to prevent this arrangement, but was unsuccessful, and so at the last minute he slipped Phyllis the knife with which she had been stabbed 2 days previously, and a police whistle. If in danger, she was to blow the whistle. Jimmy and Doc then went down to the old church ruins and accidentally discovered the bell in the basement of the ruins.
But that wasn't all we found.
There was a man down there. He was bound and gagged and near death from a blow on the head and from starvation. He was the one who had been ringing the bell. Dr. Tooner and I unbound the now unconscious fellow and started back to the cottage with him. And halfway there, suddenly out of the murk and gloom came the piercing squeal of a police whistle. I knew that meant Phyllis was in danger. I dropped the unconscious man and ran through the fog for the cottage, leaving Doc Tooner to follow with the stranger as best he could. I'm coming! I'm coming, Phil! Oh, I was a fool to leave her with Mayor Friday. Here's the house. Phil! Phil, I'm coming! I'm coming! Phyllis! Phyllis, what's the matter?
Jimmy, you're so white. What's the matter with you?
Well, isn't anything wrong? You blew the whistle?
Why, no, I didn't, Jimmy.
You mean that police whistle, Parker?
Captain Friday. Well, where did you come from?
He's back, Jimmy. Nothing happened to him at all.
Never mind that now. Were you talking about the police whistle?
Yes.
There's one of my men outside. I've got a whole crew down from the city hunting for that phantom church bell.
Well, you don't need him. Dr. Tooner and I found it.
What? You found it? You say you found the phantom church bell? Where?
Yeah, Mayor Friday. Found it in the basement of the old church.
Basement. Basement. Well, now, ain't that the beatin'est thing? Why didn't I think of that right off? But who in Sam here would think of looking in a basement for a ringing bell?
Oh, but look here, Parker. What made the bell ring?
Well, there was a man. Say, we've got to go help Dr. Tooner. He's got a dying man down there in the city of the dead. I left him alone when I heard the whistle.
A man? Who is it?
I never saw him before. Neither did the doctor.
You say he's dying?
Well, that's what Dr. Tooner said.
Well, come on, Parker. I want to see that man.
Well, listen. Here he comes now.
Captain Friday. Now, where in Tunky...
Never mind that now, Doc. What'd you do with the man?
I reckon you won't need him any longer.
Of course I do. I want to question him.
Can't question him, Captain. He died back yonder while I was fetching him up.
Died? Without saying a word?
Unconscious for a few seconds. Gave his name, told me who he was, and how come he was tied up, and then he died.
Oh, the poor fellow.
Well, who was he?
Said his name was William Rogers. Said he was an employee of Cartwright, Hobson, and Cartwright, the attorneys who sent Miss Carroll here her letter about where the black pearls were hidden.
There. That's the key to the whole story. That's what I've been looking for. Doc, did he say what he was doing down here in the city of the dead?
He said he was looking for the black pearl.
Why, the dirty double-crossing son of a thief, he got what was coming to him.
Them was his own last words, Captain. Said he deserved what he got.
Did he say how he got information about the pearls?
Yes, he said that 2 days before the letter was sent to Miss Carroll, it was taken out of the company vault and put in a special file. He had access to this file and made a practice of stealing information that he could sell.
What a fine piece of jailbait he was. Cartwright will be tickled pink to hear about this. Well, that just about gives me a line on this whole affair.
You mean you can explain everything now?
Yes, Miss Carroll. It's a deuce of a mess, but I got it straight, I think.
And you don't think Jimmy or I killed my cousin, Bert Arnold?
No, wait. Let's go back to the beginning of the whole thing. Here, sit down, Parker. You too, Doctor. It's a long and intricate story, and it's going to take a while telling you.
Sit here on the bed beside me, Jimmy.
Oh, you mind putting another log on the fire first, Parker?
Oh, sure thing.
So you got the whole thing straightened out, Captain.
Yeah, but with you and Dad acting like a couple of clams, I mighty near slipped up.
So you think you got the thing straightened out now, huh, son?
I certainly have, Dad. No fooling. Oh, you all set, Parker?
Yeah. Go ahead. Comfortable, Phil?
Oh, yes, Jimmy.
Well, as I said, to get the thing straight, we'll have to start way back at the beginning.
You mean the night we caught these two youngsters sneaking out of the city of the dead? The night somebody shot at the mayor?
No much further back than that, Doc. We'll have to go way back to the San Francisco fire in 1906.
Oh.
Yes, Miss Carroll. Back to the time when your grandfather, Theodore Beverly, and your uncle Robert Beverly lost everything in the blaze.
Robert Beverly? You mean my uncle who disappeared?
That's right.
Is he mixed up in this, too?
Oh, rather. Well, this is the way things happen. On the night the fire got such a hold on San Francisco that it was apparent most of the business and residential district was going to burn, old Theodore Beverly and his son Robert took that precious collection of pearls, drove down here to the city of the dead, and buried them in one of the graves. Their clue to the place where the pearls were buried was the name on the tombstone. The name was Ernest Morton.
Well, that explains all the activity in the vicinity of Ernie Morton's grave.
Yes. Now then, after the fire had been subdued in San Francisco and everything was put more or less to rights, old man Beverly and Robert came down here to recover their hidden treasure. It wasn't there.
What?
Nope, not there.
Oh, but I don't understand. What about the letter he left with the Cartwright lawyers for me?
Well, the old man lost a good deal of his reason in the fire. He saw his business burn up before his eyes. He saw his great fortune vanish overnight. He saw his beautiful home burn, everything go. His mind went with it. So even before they returned for the pearls, Theodore Beverly was a broken man.
Well, then he might have forgotten where he hid the pearls.
Yeah, but Robert should have remembered.
That's true, and yet Robert wasn't all that he might have been. I'll have to say a little about him to explain. He was an unhealthy young man, had always been pampered, not too brilliant. In every way, a minus quantity. Almost subnormal, wouldn't you say, Dr. Tuner?
No, I wouldn't say that. Just a fellow who'd never have to lift a hand to help himself. Absolutely at sea when thrown on his own.
Well, there he is. Certainly he was thrown on his own after his father's fortune disappeared. And he was twice as helpless when his father lost his reason.
Well, then the pearls may still be buried somewhere down here in the city of the dead?
You're getting ahead of the story, Miss Carroll. Well, it was sometime during this period that old man Beverly made out those elaborate papers giving the pearls to you. He was obsessed with the idea that the pearls were buried in Ernie Morton's grave. That's the excuse for the papers. You see, Cartwright didn't know what the letter contained. They just filed it away to give to you on your 20th birthday as ordered.
Oh.
Now then, Doc Tuner didn't quite tell the truth when he said all his patients were buried in the city of the dead.
Told all that was necessary.
Well, perhaps for general knowledge, yes, Doc. But as a matter of fact, he had one patient left. It was Theodore Beverly.
Oh, my grandfather. You were his doctor.
One of my best friends before he lost his mind, Miss Carroll.
Now then, for the next 3 or 4 years after the fire, Theodore Beverly and Robert used to make trips down here to the city of the dead to dig around for the pearls. It wasn't only the old man who was becoming obsessed with the idea that the pearls were still in the cemetery. Robert grew more and more peculiar. At first, the mayor here, who knew them both well, too, tried to curb them, but it was useless.
Yeah, we'd have had to lock 'em up.
Yes. It soon became apparent that either they'd have to be allowed the run of the cemetery or else they'd have to be locked up in an asylum.
Oh.
Doc and Dad here talked it over quite a long time. To put them away would have meant a tremendous scandal. So finally, after much thought, Dad built a little cabin back there in the woods and moved both of them in.
Say, look here, Captain Friday. You're not going to tell us one of them was masquerading as Lammy Fink.
Exactly what I'm saying. Robert Beverly and Lammy Fink are one and the same person.
Yeah, but if you knew...
I didn't know it, Parker, until I got on this case. I grew up as a kid down here thinking that Lammy Fink was no one else but Lammy Fink, an addle-pated gravedigger, and that the old man who lived with him was his crazy father, Old Fink.
So Mother's suspicions were right. Grandfather wasn't drowned.
No, not drowned. They just faded out of the world they'd always lived in and became mere shadows in the city of the dead. Their obsession concerning the pearls took a peculiar form. They set up a sort of guardianship over the city of the dead. They watched everyone who approached the cemetery like hawks. Everyone who came down here, they believed, were here to dig for their pearls.
Yeah, never hurt no one. Just watched them until they left.
That's right. Well, it got so they didn't do much digging themselves. The old man would grow uneasy about once a month and go out and dig like fury for a few hours. Dad here got so he could tell when a spell was coming on. After old man Beverly had worn himself out and had left, Dad would go down and fill up the hole and replace the turf.
So that's how all those graves have been refilled so mysteriously. Remember, Captain, I told you the place where Phil and I had dug had been covered up. And the grave was refilled after we opened Ernie Morton's grave and found Bert Arnold.
Yes, Dad was responsible for all that. Well, now, that brings us down to the night that the phantom bell started ringing and old Clawfoot put in his appearance. And you, Miss Carroll, and Parker here were captured.
Yes. Well, who was old Clawfoot, Captain Friday?
Ah, just a minute. At least 2 days before you and Parker came to the city of the dead, Dad here discovered that the cemetery was receiving night marauders other than Robert or old man Beverly. He called Dr. Tuner down the second day, and things had just about reached some sort of a mysterious climax when you two kids walked onto the scene. Dad and Doc naturally thought they'd finally caught the guilty parties, and they locked you up. They didn't call the police because they feared giving away the Beverly secret, which they dreaded doing after all these years.
So they just locked us up.
That's it. But they were curious about this phantom bell. They went down to the old church and found that new rope hanging from the ceiling. As you know, Dad pulled the rope thinking it would ring the bell, and he was creased by a bullet.
Yes. Who did that?
That was a booby trap. That rope wasn't fastened to a bell. It was fastened to the trigger of a revolver on the opposite side of the room. A thread fastened to the rope ran across the ceiling and down the opposite wall to the gun, which was pointed directly at the rope. Anyone pulling the rope would be in a direct line with the bullet.
But who would rig up a trap like that?
That's what took me the longest to figure out. You see, it wasn't the sort of thing a person of old Clawfoot's type would do. This was underworld stuff. Somebody was trying to bump somebody off. I began to check up on Bert Arnold's recent friends, discovered that he'd hired 3 men to work with him on some kind of a hidden treasure hunt. He didn't know it, but they were some of the Morelli mob, bad boys to tangle with. The moment he mentioned $500,000 in buried treasure, they were with him all the way. Well, the police in San Francisco picked up 2 of these fellows. That's where I got this information.
Bert Arnold wasn't bad, Captain Friday. I know he wasn't.
I know that. He just picked the wrong men to work with him.
Well, but where did Bert find out about the pearls?
Well, that's where this chap from Cartwright's office comes in, the phantom bell ringer. He opened your letter, got the information about the pearls, sealed up the letters again, and then took his information to Bert Arnold.
Then that's the man we found bound and gagged in the old church?
That's it. He sold his information to young Arnold for $1,000, but he evidently didn't know what square shooting was. As soon as he got the 1,000, he organized his own searching party and came down here to hunt for the pearls himself.
Seems funny he gave Bert the information.
Yeah, it does seem funny, Doc. On the other hand, his game was to give out stolen information. Probably the idea of hunting for the pearls himself was an afterthought. Anyway, Bert and his 3 friends came down to the City of the Dead, and right after them came, what was his name? Rogers and his men. Neither party could locate Ernie Morton's grave the first night. Eventually, they clashed, and Bert Arnold and his men caught this Rogers fellow, but his men got away. They tied him up in the basement of the church, intending to leave him there until they found the pearls.
Real gang stuff.
And that's not the half of it. Here, throw another stick of wood on the fire, and we'll get to the second night. That's when murder really came to the City of the Dead.
Slowly, the skein of intrigue and desperate action is beginning to unwind. When Jimmy and Phyllis came down to dig in the grave of Ernie Morton, they set into motion a train of events which shook the whole graveyard. Death was breathing down their very necks. But wait.
The second night, Bert's gang had no better luck in looking for the Morton grave. But the third night brought you 2 kids down here. You went directly to the grave. How did you find it?
Well, there's a map from the City of the Dead with all the plots named on it in the recorder's office in the City Hall up in San Francisco. We found it on that before we came down.
You don't say. Well, you're not so dumb. Oh, now to get back to the gun trap in the church. Bert's men were using the church for a hangout in the daytime, doing their searching at night. One evening, while Bert and his men were out, Rogers' men slipped into the back room and rigged up the booby trap for revenge, hoping that one of the other gang would be shot. Evidently, however, Doc, Tooner, and Dad were the first to run across it.
Yeah, just my kind of luck.
What a horrible, cowardly thing to do.
Well, now to get back to the night you came down. You went to Ernie Morton's grave and began to dig. It wasn't any time until Bert and his men heard you and crept up to see who it was. Bert recognized you in the moonlight, Miss Carroll, and kept his men back.
You see, Jimmy? I knew someone was watching.
Yeah.
But they weren't the only ones watching.
Really? Who else?
There were 2 other groups.
2?
Yes. There were the men of Rogers' gang, and back watching you and the Rogers gang were Old Man Beverly and Robert.
Well, now, if that wasn't a setup.
Finally, Miss Carroll, you became frightened, and you made Parker quit digging before he'd really had a chance to get deep enough to find anything.
I couldn't stand it any longer.
The minute you 2 left, Bert and his men sneaked up, saw that it was Ernie Morton's grave you were digging in, and took up the work where you 2 left off. You see, they saw that you hadn't found the pearls.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't find them now. Just think what might have happened.
Well, the Rogers gang waited until you were out of hearing, and then they jumped Bert and his men, and in the fight, Bert was strangled and his men driven off.
Oh.
Then they, in turn, took up the job of digging.
Then the Rogers gang got the pearls after all?
Now, wait a minute. After they dug to their satisfaction, they threw Bert's body in the grave and partly covered it up. Later, Dad came along and saw the half-opened grave, and thinking that Old Man Beverly had been up to his tricks again, filled it in, not knowing that he was helping to cover up a murder.
But what about the sobbing we heard on the road? And who stole Jimmy's car?
The car was stolen by Bert's 3 friends. They wanted to make a quick getaway after Bert was killed. You thought there were only 2, but the third one got into the car further down the road.
And what about the person we heard sobbing?
That was Robert, or Lammy Fink, whichever you wish to call him.
But where was Old Man Beverly?
In Lammy's arms.
In his arms?
Yes. The old man's terror at seeing a man murdered was so great that it killed him. Lammy, or Robert, grabbed his father's body up in his arms and fled sobbing through the tombstones and down the road. That's who you two youngsters hurt.
Yeah, but look here, Captain. I thought you told me it was Lammy Fink who was scared to death.
Well, I thought it was at first. You see, I hadn't seen either Lammy or his father for 10 years or more. Besides, they only had a few moments to examine the 3 bodies down in the cellar of Lammy's cabin before the place was set on fire. Light was bad, and added to that, Lammy and the old man always did look a great deal alike.
Yeah, but Dr. Tuner and the mayor should have recognized the old man.
Well, they would have, except that they had even less time to look over the bodies than I had.
I thought Lammy's face looked awfully old, but the captain said it was Lammy, and I never thought to check up.
The light was so bad I didn't even get a good look at his face.
So my grandfather has just died. It seems so strange. I can't realize it. You see, I've thought of him as dead for more than 10 years.
But that means Lammy Fink isn't dead.
Yes, Parker. That means Lammy Fink isn't dead.
Well, where is he then?
In custody.
You mean Lammy Fink is in jail?
Robert Beverly, alias Lammy Fink, is under observation. But we'll get to that presently. The next question in line is who burned Lammy's cabin?
Yeah, I'd like to know about that myself.
Well, it was one of Bert's gang, Dad. They made their getaway in Parker's car, but they'd left so many clues behind them that it was necessary for them to return and sort of clean up. I got this from one of the men we caught. According to him, they returned the next night after Bert was killed and saw us dig up Bert's body. We left him at the grave while I went after a stretcher, and you, Dad, and Doc here, dashed off after old Clawfoot. Parker was still out from that clip I gave him on the jaw. They sneaked in and got the body. Parker woke up just in time to see someone carrying the body away in the fog.
But why'd they bother about the body?
Because they knew that as long as we didn't know who was murdered, we wouldn't be able to get a line on their gang. That likewise was the reason for the burning of the cabin. Now, the next incident was the murder of the stranger who tried to saw his way into Parker's room.
The man we saw Clawfoot murder?
Yes, that was another member of Bert's gang. Remember, I was clipped on the head, and his body also stolen for the same reason that Bert's was stolen. To hide the identity of those still remaining alive.
Yeah, but how did the bodies get in the cellar of Lammy's cabin?
Well, according to the men we have in custody, they put the bodies in the cabin thinking it was a deserted shack. Lammy must have come along and lugged them down into the basement and arranged them alongside the body of old man Beverly. Lammy, by this time, was completely out of his head.
Say, Captain Friday, just when did you capture Lammy Fink?
Later.
Oh.
But why did Clawfoot kill him?
To protect you and Miss Carroll.
To protect... Say, who is Clawfoot anyway?
Oh, Jimmy, don't you know by this time? It was Lammy Fink, of course.
Yes, Lammy Fink. Or if you prefer, your Uncle Robert, Miss Carroll.
Oh, well, then he must have known me.
Yes, he knew you all right. That was why he patrolled about the house. That's why he brought you the Black Pearl.
The Black Pearl. Clawfoot or Lammy Fink brought me that?
Yeah. The night he broke into the cottage. He put it under your pillow when you fainted. He threw the knife through the window that stabbed you, too, Miss Carroll.
He did? Well, but why if he was protecting me?
He didn't mean to hit you. That was an accident. By the way, where's that knife?
What? Well, but tell me, Captain Friday, why did he throw it?
Well, where's the knife? I'll show you.
Well,
Give it to him, Phyllis.
Well,
Well, what's it doing there in bed with you?
I gave it to her for protection when I had to leave her.
Oh, you did you? Thought I was going to murder her, I suppose.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor Friday. Honest, I am. I shouldn't have suspected you, but... Well, I had to do everything I could to protect Phil.
I think I understand, boy. Forget it.
Well, look here at the knife. See here how the handle screws off the blade?
Oh, what's inside?
There.
The Black Pearl.
Not the Black Pearl, Miss Carroll. A Black Pearl.
But I don't understand.
Well, it's simple. Old man Beverly kept 2 of the pearls out of the collection for some unaccountable reason. And the old man died. Lammy fell heir to them, and he was trying to give them to you. He was highly unsuccessful both times he tried. The first time he almost stabbed you to death. The second time he nearly frightened you into fits.
Say, I reckon while we're on the subject of that visit, I want to know how the mayor here got out of that bedroom when he was locked in.
Oh, that?
Yeah, that.
Well, the mayor had slipped out of the house hours before. I didn't know where he was or what he was up to, but I didn't want the rest of you to know he was out and increase your suspicion. So I pretended he was asleep, and I locked the door.
I'll be dead, Vern.
So it was you, Mayor, who was digging in Ernie Morton's grave at the end of the trail of bones.
No, Parker, Dad wasn't digging in the grave. He was just filling up the grave that Robert Beverly, alias Lammy Fink, alias Clawfoot, had opened. He was getting battier and battier. The opening of the cottage door and dropping that skeleton inside was one instance. The scattering of his bones through the city of the dead was another. And finally, he gathered them up again in a sack and left them on the porch.
But I want to know what became of you, Captain Friday, while I was lying behind that tombstone.
Well, you have got an explanation coming. I saw it was Dad in the grave. I didn't want you to see him. So I made you lie flat, and then I sneaked out and took him away. After you'd gone back to the cottage, Dad finished filling up the grave and then returned to the cottage.
So that's how it was. And about that gold pencil you had, Mayor.
Go ahead and explain it, son.
Well, when I caught Dad in the grave, I had him in a tight place. So I made him sit down and write out the whole story, most of the story I've told you. He'd been trying to cover up for the Beverleys, but I made him give me the lowdown then and there. Anyway, he borrowed my gold pencil and then stuck it in his pocket. That's how that happened. I hear you tried to lie out of it, got caught, Dad.
No.
Doesn't pay to lie if you aren't good at it. Now then.
But who jerked the mayor in my bedroom and robbed him of the other black pearl?
Here, just a minute. Yeah, here it is. Here's your other black pearl.
Then it was you in there.
Yes, I needed that pearl. But I didn't choke Dad to get it, and I didn't take it away from him. He gave it to me.
Well, I had to tell some story. You didn't want him to know the truth.
That's right. You see, folks, I wasn't getting anywhere working in the open, so I decided to disappear and keep my eyes on things from cover. Didn't take long to get to the bottom of things that way.
Was it you that kidnapped Clawfoot out in front?
Yes. Did you see that?
Well, partly. It was still so dark we couldn't see who it was.
It was I.
Say, what made him make those horrible noises? Why didn't he talk?
I rushed into the city and an examination was made. His throat became paralyzed, evidently, the night he saw Bert Arnold murdered. It was a condition paralleling his mental state. All he could do was wail.
Oh. Well, but why did he wear that funny robe, then? And what about his claw feet?
Oh, yes, his claw feet. Haven't you ever seen these Indian moccasins made out of the foot skins of animals with the claws left in to make them ornamental?
By gum, of course.
Oh, then his feet weren't clawed at all.
No. Lammy had a pair of those moccasins. He lost all of his clothes. When the cabin was burned, he didn't even have a coat. It was awfully cool. Dad had some sheets out on the line airing, and Lammy stole one of them to wrap himself in.
Oh, the poor thing was just trying to keep warm.
That's all. He wasn't the least bit interested in being ghostly.
Well, isn't that the limit?
About explains everything, too, I guess.
No, there'll be points coming up from now on, but that covers the most important phases of the case.
Yeah, but look here. You haven't even touched on the most important thing of all.
Yeah?
Yes. What's become of Theodore Beverly's collection of black pearls?
Oh, the black pearls. Well, my dear Parker, the pearls are waiting for Miss Carroll up in a strongbox in the Civic Center National Bank, where they have been ever since the fire of 1906.
What's that? You mean to say those pearls never were buried down here in the City of the Dead?
Yes, they were. When the fire started, the pearls were buried here. But after it had been checked, old man Beverly came down here alone, dug them up, and deposited them in the bank. Right after that, he lost his memory. He remembered burying them originally in the City of the Dead, but he forgot all about coming back here for them and putting them in the bank.
You don't say. Carmine, how did you find that out?
Well, at dawn this morning, I rushed Lammy to the city, and the whole story came out in the first editions of the paper about me having two of the collection of the Beverly pearls and all that. Well, the bank saw the story and called me. They had the rest of the pearls. They had an order to deliver the pearls to Miss Carroll on her 20th birthday.
They did? Well, why didn't they do it then?
Because the old man had made a mistake of a month in her age. The bank would have automatically delivered the pearls to you, Miss Carroll, next month.
You mean to say that I'm worth $500,000?
Exactly that.
Oh, golly. Well, Jimmy, now you've just got to marry me.
Hey.
Yes, you do. A girl with that much money needs protection.
Well, if you insist.
Oh, darling. And you're all invited to the wedding.
Yeah, and we'll be there. Don't you think we won't?
And you, Captain Friday?
Well, I don't know. I've got some business that's going to take me out of town if I get back.
What kind of business, son?
Military intelligence, Dad. The government's put a finger on Skip Turner and me to do a job for them up off the coast of Canada.
Who's Skip Turner?
One of my operatives in my agency.
Off the coast of Canada? That sounds like smugglers.
Well, I can't talk about it, but I can guarantee you there's liable to be plenty of death and destruction before we get through. There's some pretty lonely, wide-open spaces up in that country, and not all the animals go around on four legs.
Smugglers, death and destruction, a country where all the animals don't go around on four legs. Next week, you will find Captain Friday and his sidekick, Skip Turner, fighting for their lives and for a very beautiful young woman when Adventures by Morse brings you the first episode of A Coffin for the Lady.
So there you have it, guys. Episode 10 done. I hope that made sense. I hope you were able to decipher it. Did take me a little while to get used to it. I had to listen to episode 10 again in my own time so I could work it out. Yeah, TikTok seems to be acting up tonight, guys. Not gonna lie. Apologies. Oh, Millie, thank you for the creepers. Thank you so much. All right, where are we? Okay, I've got a spooky CBS for you guys. It's around 42 minutes long. I'm so glad, Maria. TT's always having a meltdown, let's face it. TikTok is always having a meltdown. Yeah, it was so funny watching chat because everything that you guys were saying is what we were saying who listened to it originally. Like me and Millie were like, Scooby-Doo's going to come with a mystery machine any minute now. And then we're expecting someone to go, yeah, and I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you pesky kids. Hello, Kez. Welcome on in, lovely. Yeah, me and Millie were sure that Scooby-Doo was going to make an appearance, but no. Hello, Kez. Yeah, TT is just not... Did you... Yeah. Ruby Roo! Right, so... The next and last one that we've got to play tonight is CBS, and it's called The Vampire Plant. It was originally aired on the 20th of February 1980. I was 6 months then. I just want everyone to know. Hey, Crystal, welcome in. That's all right. It's Bank Holiday Monday. You're allowed to have a granny nap. Yeah, I was 6 months old in 1980. If anybody in here says I wasn't even born, then me and you's going to fall out very, very quickly. I'm just saying. Okay. Because I don't want to feel my age, guys. Do not want to feel my age. Definitely not. So, yeah. Mystery CBS Radio Theatre. This is The Vampire Plant. I might stop it abruptly at the end because apparently, unless you want to hear it, there's a bonus news feature. So you can find out the news of what happened on the 2nd of February, 1980. Oh, deal. Thank you so much. I'll pay you later. Susan was newly engaged. Yeah, so if you want to know what news went on that day and I stop it, just say, hey, Dazza, keep playing. And I'll play it, so that's fine. Thank you for all the shares, Kez. Right, okie dokie, guys. Here we go. Enjoy.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. A popular theme for stories throughout the centuries is the one that concerns the worm who turned. We can all identify with him, for many of us during our lives have had to bite our lips and accept the cards fate dealt us to one degree or another. But Hubbard Quint had made such a career of groveling that when he finally turned, his revenge was so horrendous that... But then, after all, that's today's story, and you can hear it for yourselves. Our mystery drama, The Vampire Plant, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Robert Dryden. Hubbard Quint is what in more naive times, before the popularity of psychiatry, used to be called a mother's boy. Now, in these days of unisex, that isn't necessarily a term of opprobrium, but in Hubby's case, because that's what everyone called him, it might be considered so. For Hubby was 34 going on 35. He lived alone with Bertie, for that's what everyone called his mother, with no romance in his life, and on the surface seemed to accept it.
It's very easy to criticize Mom. She's not a well woman. And then she had such a hard life after Father died so early and all. Sometimes I think, though, it might have been easier if I'd controlled the burglar alarm business my father left. But then he didn't leave it to me. It's really all the blows she suffered that made her the way she is. She can't help it.
Hubbard?
Yes, Mom?
What are you doing? Where are you?
Well, I've just finished cleaning up, Mom.
You get in here to my room. I need you.
Coming, Mom. You all right?
Of course, I'm not all right. You know I need help to get into bed.
Yes, Mom.
What were you doing, taking so long?
Well, I had to clear the table and straighten up the dining room and wash and dry the dishes and put them away. Then I had to put out the garbage and lock up.
You sure you weren't sneaking a look at TV?
Oh, no. There's nothing on tonight anyway. What did you want me for, Mom?
I'm a poor old woman, crippled with arthritis, but no one cares. Not even my one and only son.
Oh, Mom, that's not true. I don't like to see you in pain.
Then why can't you remember my bedtime?
Well, I was busy. I guess I just didn't see what time it was.
Night after night. When you know I haven't the strength to get out of my chair and into bed.
I'll help you now, Mom.
Careful. Oh, there. Now, keep your arm still so I can lean on it to get to the bed.
Like that?
Well, near enough. It doesn't matter. I'm there now. Get my robe off.
Yes.
That's it. Oh, my poor old bones. Look at that. Where does the time go to? It's late.
It's just 10 o'clock.
It's 5 after. You know I should be asleep now for my health. So should you.
Mom, I'm not due to work till 8:30.
Yes, but by the time you make breakfast and bring up my tray, prepare my lunch and get everything ready for dinner, you need to be up by 6.
Yes, Mom.
Now, tuck me in.
All right. There. How's that?
I don't know what I'd do without you. You won't ever leave me, will you, hubby?
Well...
Promise you'll be with me till I draw my last breath.
I promise.
With my boy close by my side, I'll live forever.
I hope you do, Mom. That wasn't the truth, I'm ashamed to say. Taking care of my mother is what you could say confining. I don't have much time to myself. But a guy's got to have some kind of private life, and the way mine is like this. Morning, Miss Bradley.
Hi there, Squirt.
Quint.
Oh, yeah. How come I always get that wrong?
I don't know. What's doing for today? Any mail for me?
Oh, matter of fact, yeah. Hey, 6 of them.
Thank you.
What is your fatal charm? Those letters have been smelling up the dispatcher's office ever since the mail come. They're loaded with perfume. Hey, what are you, some kind of Don John?
Oh, no. These are just pen pals. You know, girls I write to.
And why don't you have your mail sent to your house?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's right. I heard about your mother.
If you're kind of tied down the way I am, the only chance you get to meet some nice girls is to be a pen pal. I don't give my home address. I mean, Mom might happen on the letters, and I wouldn't want her to think anything about them. I don't want to give her a stroke or nothing. Only this time, boy, the one from Dolores was a rocker.
And so, my dear Hubbard, luck or some kind of God made me winner of the weekly sweepstake and gives me enough money to come winging home to you. I shall be able to meet you at last, face to face. I shall be staying at the YWCA. Call me there and tell me when or where I can at last spread my wings and bring you into their shelter. Your more than pen pal, Dolores.
What are you so fidgety about, Hubbard?
Oh, nothing. It's kind of late.
Long past my bedtime. You can turn off my light. You better get off to sleep yourself.
Yes, Mom. Good night. Sweet dreams.
Oh, same to you.
Oh, Mom, if you only knew. Dolores?
Oh, my, you startled me. I thought you weren't coming.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. Well, I think I'm late. You are Dolores?
Oh, yes. And you're Hubbard. I'd have known you anywhere.
Me too.
Why don't we sit down?
Why not? Did you eat?
No, but it doesn't matter. Did you?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'll sit and watch you.
You don't mind?
No, I want to.
All right. Maybe I will order.
I don't know if she was pretty. I only know that she was someone who gave me her whole attention. And she didn't ask for anything. I'd never, ever been treated by a woman like she did me. Of course, what other woman did I ever really know except Mom? But it felt good. We only had a week, but I made arrangements to sneak out and meet her every chance I could.
Oh, I've never been on a ferry before. We don't have time in the Midwest. It's wonderful.
I wish I could do more for you.
Oh, you've already done so much.
Are you enjoying your visit?
Oh, yes. I just wish it could be more than that.
So do I.
Hang on, guys. I've got a bit of a problem. I don't know what's going on here. Just give me a minute. That's weird. It doesn't normally do this. Right, okay. Not even TikTok in this case. It started buffering. I was like, that's weird. Doesn't normally do that. I just want to do some stuff. Apologies. Right. Okay, come on. TikTok, we've been playing okay. We've been playing nice so far, so let's keep playing nice, okay?
Good.
Oh, I've never been on a ferry before. We don't have time in the Midwest. It's wonderful.
I wish I could do more for you.
Oh, you've already done so much.
Are you enjoying your visit?
Oh, yes. I just wish it could be more than that.
So do I.
I never thought little Dolores Masterman would ever be dancing in the big city at the Princess Ballroom. Oh, it's so romantic.
Yeah, it sure is.
And the time goes so fast. A couple of days I'll have to go back home.
I don't want you to do that.
Hub, I have to. I'm out of money. Have to get back to my job at the flower store.
No, if you go all the way back there, I'll never see you again.
I know it. I don't want to.
If we were to get married, there'd still be Mom.
Well, I wouldn't mind taking care of her or helping.
Oh, you don't know Mom. I don't think she'd go for that.
But how do you know? She's never met me. Couldn't you give it a chance?
No, I don't think that's...
I didn't tell you yet. I brought her a present, a real nice plant, one of my favorites. I think hemoendorrheitis might help change her mind.
What? I don't get you.
Oh, Hub, you don't know about plants. They're what kept me alive all these lonely years. The way you can talk to them, the way they respond.
I still don't follow.
Don't you know plants are just like people? You can talk to them and they answer back in their own way. You can train them to feel what you want them to feel. It's a scientific fact, like research has shown.
And you think a plant is going to talk my mom into believing you and me should get married?
Oh, I didn't mean that exactly, but isn't it worth the chance that me meeting her and giving her a nice plant could make it possible for us to be together always?
That'll be Dolores now, Mom.
I never thought I'd see the day my son would desert me.
Oh, Mom.
Where did I go wrong to let this woman lead my son astray?
Mom, please. I've got to let Dolores in.
Such a nice after-dinner coffee. I hate to leave.
I think you'd better.
Well, no, what Mom means, it's her bedtime.
Oh, well, I wouldn't dream of overstaying my welcome. I hope you like the plant, Mrs. Quint.
Oh, I like the plant well enough.
Mom.
It's all right, Hub. Naturally, your mother is afraid I'm going to steal you away from her.
Yes, but you're not. I mean, we can all be together.
Of course, once things are worked out. Well, I'll say goodnight now, Mrs. Quint, and let you go to bed. Hub, take the plant up to your mother's room. It doesn't look like so much now, maybe, but wait till you see it in bloom.
Does it have to be watered?
No, it finds its own moisture. Goodbye, Mrs. Quint.
That's the word, Miss Masterman. Goodbye.
Okay, Mom. Anything else? Or shall I turn out the light? Huh?
You've turned out all the lights for me, deserting me for a hussy like that.
Mom, she's a nice girl. And anyway, who said I'm deserting you?
You'd better not. You'll never get a penny from me.
I never asked that. I just wish you could have liked Dolores better. She brought you a plant.
That brownish, hairy, scraggly thing. Does it have to be right by my bed?
Dolores said, wait till you see it in bloom.
Oh, all right. Leave it. And say good night. I'm tired. You've upset me so much.
Oh, Mom, she's really a sweet girl. I wish you'd give Dolores a chance.
A chance? I never want to see her again.
Mom got a wish. She never did. The next morning, when I brought up her breakfast tray, the first thing I noticed was the plant in full bloom, heavy with blood-red blossoms. The next thing was Mom, whiter than any ghost, with a dry, drained whiteness that made her seem to be made of powder, as if when you touched her, she would turn to that. I didn't even have to put down the tray to know she was dead.
Well, now, what do you think? A natural death? Or is there something strangely occult, strangely fortuitous in Bertie Quint's death? Certainly, she will be little lamented. She was a horrid woman, but still she was entitled to die in her own time. Or did some strange force hasten her death? I'll return shortly with Act 2. Bertie Quint has died, unexpectedly and fortunately for her son Hubbard Quint. Fate has suddenly extended to him a freedom that he has secretly longed for and never imagined would be his. Or so it seems. But the circumstances of Bertie's precipitous demise puzzle Dr. Ezekiel Harwich, who has known her for half a century.
What do you think caused it, Dr. Harwich?
I don't know, Hubbard. I'm sure her death came as much of a surprise to me as it must have to you.
Oh, it did.
You didn't have any sort of warning? I mean, last night, how was she?
Well, she was fine by the time she got into bed. She complained of being tired, that's all.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm sorry, son, but I'm afraid we're going to have an autopsy.
An autopsy?
What for?
Hubbard, I can't sign a death certificate without entering the cause of death. And right now, I don't know what it was.
Well, wasn't it just a heart attack?
Oh, it most definitely wasn't that. Cardiac arrest, yes, but for no evident reason. I'll be able to tell you better after a post-mortem.
Then it had better be done.
All right, fine. Yeah, that's a handsome plant with the red blossoms. I don't think I've ever seen anything more lush and luxuriant. What's it called?
I forget. You'd have to ask Dolores that.
Dolores?
She gave it to Mom as sort of a peace offering.
Oh, Dolores is the young lady you're thinking of marrying, huh?
Well, I did, but now, I don't know.
Is she the one I saw on the way in, downstairs?
Yes.
Well, if she's the girl you want, there's nothing to stop you now, is there?
I went downstairs with the doctor and saw him off. For the first time, I was free to do what I wanted. I could get married. Except, how could I right away with Mom still fresh in her grave? How could I dare ask Dolores, who by this miracle of fate could now be mine?
No. Don't move, Hub. Just lie back and let me massage your temples. You poor boy.
Oh, I'm not poor anymore. I have you, Dolores.
Well, not for very long, I'm afraid.
Why?
Oh, Hub, I'm running out of money. I've got to get back to work.
You're not going to run away from me.
I have to make a living.
No, you don't. I'll support you.
I couldn't take money from you.
Well, sure you could. Now that I own the firm and all, I'll be rich.
Yes, but I couldn't be a kept woman.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be like that. I mean, only till we could get married.
Married? Oh, Hub, when?
Well, with Mom just passed away, a year maybe. 6 months.
You might be tired of me by then.
Oh, no, I wouldn't ever be tired of you. Would you be? My wife?
Oh, Hub, if you asked me, yes.
Could you wait a couple of weeks? I mean, just till I can bury Mom properly. I was in a daze from the moment Dolores said she'd marry me. A kind of golden haze. So much so, I found it hard to understand what Dr. Harwich was trying to tell me the following morning about the autopsy.
I never saw anything like it in all my years as a physician. Every red cell in the blood had disappeared, and the remaining white cells seemed to have literally dried up the fluid. Some kind of incredibly pernicious anemia, I don't know what. None of us do.
You mean it was some kind of a disease or something?
Some kind, yes. But nothing, so far as I know, that medical science has diagnosed. But I've taken specimens of all the internal organs, arteries, veins, and what remained of the blood fluid, and we'll keep at it and hope to come up with an answer.
Is it all right to bury Mom now?
Oh, of course, my boy. The death certificate has been issued, and I'm sorry to bother you with these medical details in the midst of your grief.
Oh, no, that wasn't exactly why I asked. I just wanted to make sure because I'm going to be married.
Married? Oh, yes, of course, to that girl, the one who gave your mother that beautiful plant.
Yes, Dolores.
Well, when are you going to be married?
In 2 weeks. Oh, do you think people will think that's too soon? On our wedding night, we came back to the house. Since Mom's room was the only decently sized bedroom, it had been decided we would take it for our own. I felt very strange. Not only as a new bridegroom, but being in Mom's own private quarters. And looking at the plant, while I waited for Dolores to come out of the bathroom, I found that suddenly, on the happiest night in my life, I was afraid.
Hub?
What are you looking so hangdog about?
What? Oh, I was just looking at the plant. What happened to it? All the blossoms fell off.
Oh, he's just feeling a bit neglected. We'll have to give him a good feeding and some attention. Won't we, Mama's little darling? Just give you a little love to perk you up and something good to get your little old juices flowing again. Oh, look at him, Hubbard. Can't you just see how he's sprucing up?
Dolores, it's, do we have to have what did you call him?
Well, his technical name is Hemoendorantis, but I just call him Casanova for short.
Casanova?
Mm-hmm.
But that isn't any shorter.
No, but it fits him. The world's greatest lover. Aren't you, baby mine?
You mean it's in love with you?
Well, sure he is. I taught him. I've had him ever since he was a cutting. Didn't I tell you you could talk to plants and teach them almost anything?
Oh, you can. Dolores, please, it's our wedding night. Can't we take the plant out of here?
Oh, of course, dear. It wouldn't do at all to have him here all night. Now, where shall we put him?
Let me take him down to the solarium.
Oh, yes, that would be just right. But be careful of him.
I will.
I'd never forgive you if anything happened to him.
Okay. I'll treat him with kid gloves. The only gloves I wanted to use on Jimmy, or whatever his Latin name was, were 8-ounce ones, for my bare fists. Some heck of a note that I'd finally get to my wedding night and find myself jealous of a plant. Looking back, it's hard to remember when Dolores changed. A little bit right away after we were married, and then more after she got things all straight about the business.
I thought your mother was going to leave everything to you, like she said in her letters.
Well, she did.
Not the way I heard the lawyer we just left tell it.
Well, what do you mean?
Mr. Riddle said the business was left to you with the provision that Mr. Bell continued to run it till his retirement or death.
Well, that's right. He's always managed it ever since my father died.
Your father left the burglar alarm company to your mother?
Yes.
And she hired Mr. Bell?
Yes.
Well, didn't you know enough to run it?
Well, yes.
Well, then why didn't she put you in charge?
Well, Mr. Bell had seniority, and he... I guess that's the way Mom wanted it.
Mm-hmm. To keep you under her thumb. Well, your Mama's dead now, and we're going to change a few things.
What? Change what?
As of now, Mr. Bell is out. Why should we share any profits with him?
But he can't be out. It says in Mom's will that
if we can't push him out, we'll find some other way to get rid of him. Some more coffee, Mr. Bell?
It was a good dinner, but it's time for me to be getting along.
Oh, you live all alone, I understand.
Just an old bachelor.
Oh, well, then I'll have to give you a present to keep you company. Darling, would you fetch Casanova?
The plant?
Yes, dear. And please don't keep Mr. Bell waiting.
Well, what's going on here?
Oh, just a little present for you. A very special plant called Hemoendorantis.
That's a mouthful for you.
Yes, isn't it?
But, I don't need a plant.
Oh, you need this one. Believe me, Mr. Bell, do you know a plant like this you can talk to, and he'll give you an affection you can't believe.
Yeah?
Just put him by your bedside for tonight. And you'll know what I mean by morning.
Here's your boyfriend.
Oh, that plant don't look like much.
Well, you just keep him close to you, and he'll surprise you. Won't you, baby mine? Aren't you going to take care of Mr. Bell?
Well, I don't think I really...
Please don't refuse me. Take him home. You'll be surprised the difference he'll make in your life.
I didn't quite know what she meant by that. And I had this shivery feeling that I didn't want to know. There was something going on underneath, hidden, inhuman. And I realized it had to do with Dolores and a spell she had thrown over me. So I wasn't surprised at all when I called in the following day at lunch to the dispatcher, Miss Bradley.
burglar alarms?
It's Hub Quint, Miss Bradley. I finished up the Claridge jobs. You got any assignments?
Oh, am I glad you called in. We've been looking for you.
What? How come?
It's Mr. Bell. We need you back here right away
Why?
to take over the office. Mr. Bell is dead.
What?
He didn't come in this morning, didn't answer his phone. So I went over to his house. I found him still in his bed. Dead.
Well, how?
Well, that's what no one seems to know. Police, doctors, no one.
Tell me something, Miss Bradley. Did he have a plant near his bed?
A plant? Oh, yeah. A big, gorgeous one with bright red flowers and long trailing stuff.
I was afraid of that. Listen, is his house open?
No. After everyone left, I closed up and took the key.
You have it with you now?
Yeah.
Then meet me there right away. I want to see just what happened for myself. I hung up, sick to my stomach. All morning I'd refused to believe it, ever since I'd gone to the library and had the librarian translate what hemoenteritis meant. Blood-eating, blood-sucking, a vampire. That's what the plant was. And if Mr. Bell's death showed the same symptoms as Mom's, where was I? What could I prove? Who was going to believe me? And worst of all, what was the woman I married?
I promised you in the beginning it might get rather horrendous. Can we really suppose that a plant has actually sucked the lifeblood from two people to preserve its own existence? Or that a woman has really used this obscene way to achieve her own selfish desires? For all answers, I refer you to the third act, which will follow shortly. Drusophyllum lusitanicum. I mention that tongue twister not to display my erudition, but because I looked it up in the dictionary. It's the Latin name for a cannibal plant that snares and eats flies. And there are sea anemones that devour small fish. What started me on this train of thought was Hubbard Quint's conviction that hemoenteritis, his wife's tame plant, had been responsible for 2 deaths. Was it possible that the English name for it, blood eater, was literally a true one?
My head was splitting. I felt I must be going out of my mind. But once the thought was planted there, I shuddered at the mention of the word plant. I knew it had to be disproved or my life was over. I had to see Mr. Bell for myself before I took any further steps.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Quint. I've been waiting for you.
You didn't have to wait outside, Miss Bradley.
Oh, I didn't feel like waiting inside with that corpse and all.
Yes, I understand. Do you have the key?
Yeah, right here. You want to go in first?
No, after you. Where is he?
In the bedroom. That last door to the right. Should I come with you?
Whatever you want.
That's him. In the bed.
I didn't expect anyone else.
Oh, I've seen some dead people in my time. Family, friends, you know. But I never seen a deceased so white and dry-like. I mean, it's like you could blow on him and he'd just disappear like powder.
She was right. He was chalk white and somehow shrunken. Against the brilliance of the red blossoms on the plant beside the bed, he seemed even more terribly dead than he was. If there is any way of being more than dead. What was it? Then I knew. He looked already embalmed, with all the blood drawn from his veins. Who was the doctor who saw him?
I didn't know anyone else to call, so I called your doctor.
Ezekiel Harwich?
Yeah. Did I do something wrong?
No, Miss Bradley. You did exactly right. Come on, I'll drop you at the office and go visit the doctor. But first...
What are you doing?
I'm taking this plant with me. It belongs to my wife. I'd just like to make sure if she wants it back.
Well, I don't see anything particularly unusual about the plant, Hubbard. I mean, it doesn't appear to be poisonous in itself, but then I'm not a botanist.
But, Dr. Harwich, you don't think it had anything to do with Mom's and Mr. Bell's death?
Indirectly, perhaps.
Well, how?
How much do you know about your wife's background, Hubbard? Could she perhaps have lived in the tropics or South America?
No, I don't think so. She never said. Why?
Because I have some of the same ideas as you have. Oh, I haven't had the autopsy report yet, but I'm almost totally convinced that Mr. Bell died of the same thing your mother did. The symptoms are too special and startling.
What are you trying to say, Doctor?
And I'm simply saying that I'd like your wife to come into my office for an examination. Whether or not she has spent any time in the tropical zones or any alien area, she may be carrying some infectious disorder as a host without knowing of it or having it affect her.
What, Dolores?
Oh, yes. So please urge her to come to me or at least go through a series of tests at the hospital.
What about the plant?
Well, it's not a tropical one, and I doubt that the vegetable world can invade the human one quite yet. Still, if I were you, I'd burn the thing. If only to get the connection off your mind.
Hub, that you?
Yes,
Oh, what are you doing home so soon?
Mr. Bell. He's dead.
Oh, no. An accident?
I wonder. Not exactly. He died in his bed. In his sleep.
Heart?
No.
What are you lugging? What? It's my... Casanova, my plant. Where did you get it?
Right beside Mr. Bell's bed. The one he died in.
Oh, dear. I hope the poor man had a chance to enjoy him. Oh, look, he's blooming again.
Yes. Just like after Mom died. What makes this plant bloom, Dolores?
Oh, the same as any other. Care, proper feeding, enough sun, water.
Water. Is that the only liquid?
What others are there for a plant?
Blood.
Blood?
What would happen if I broke one of the stems here? What would it bleed, white or red?
Well, why don't you try for yourself and see?
All right, I will. Nothing. Already it's beginning to dry up and the flowers starting to wither. What kind of a plant is this, Dolores?
It's just a wildflower I found in the woods. Brought it home and cultivated.
What woods? Where? Mom and Mr. Bell, they both died the same way. And this plant is right by their bedsides.
What are you saying?
I don't know, Dolores. I'm so mixed up. There was something wrong about the way Mom and Mr. Bell died. And you gave this plant to both of them.
Are you suggesting I had anything to do with their deaths?
I'm only trying to face facts.
Oh, Hub, darling. Let's not talk anymore now. We are both upset and you're desperately tired. Let's just have dinner and a good sleep, and tomorrow maybe we can face things more sensibly.
I stuck the darn plant on the mantel and found I was shivering. I lit the fire, which was already made, and went to stretch on my big armchair, and before I knew it, I was asleep. It was late when Dolores awoke me, and we had an almost silent dinner. After we cleaned up and were on our way to bed, we passed through the living room. I saw the plant. The blossoms were gone, dried up, as if they'd never been.
What is it, Hub?
Look at it. It's gorged itself, and now it's looking around for another victim.
What?
The plant.
Oh, Hub, will you forget about that silly thing and go to bed? I'm going back to the kitchen to get us a nice hot toddy to put us both to sleep.
To put us both to sleep. Or just me, maybe. And the plant is looking for its next victim. Me? Why not? It would complete the cycle and leave my wife with everything. First Mom, then Mr. Bell, then me. No, I wouldn't take a chance on that. There was one way to stop it. By the time Dolores came back with the hot drinks, Hemoedorentis was almost reduced to ashes.
Here are the drinks, Hub. My, what makes the fire so bright?
Your friend, Casanova. I burned him up.
No, my favorite. I can't replace him.
I watched her concerned for this piece of vegetable matter, and suddenly all my suspicions were confirmed. I glanced at the drinks, and even doubted them. As Dolores bent over the fire, I quickly switched their positions on the tray and was drinking what appeared to be mine when Dolores turned on me furiously.
Why did you burn my favorite plant?
I don't think I have to answer that.
You with your silly superstitions and the terrible things you accuse me of. I won't have you in my bed. You can sleep in your old room. And I promise you this is the last night we spend together in this house.
I let her storm away to bed. Then I went upstairs to my old room. I wasn't sleepy, only emotionally drained and exhausted as I lay there in a semi-coma. I don't know how much time had passed before I heard my door open stealthily. In some reflected glow from the moon, or perhaps a streetlight, I could see Dolores' figure outlined as she came towards me. She swayed as she walked, as if fighting sleep. As I'm sure she was, since she'd had my drink instead of her own. I lay still and kept breathing evenly as she looked down at me.
Poor fool. I had to use you. You were my only chance. But there isn't any room for conscience now. Once I can have it all. You burned up the parent hub, but the children I saved. And a child learns very fast. It has a huge hunger. Oh, there you are, my darling. My hungry darling. Eat and drink and suck his life away. We have no use for him anymore.
With those half-breathed words and a yawn, she was gone. But still I lay, not moving, waiting. And the horror began. First, it was the lightest touch across my cheek. Then on my bare shoulder, and the feeling of suction in each wave of movement. For a moment I was paralyzed by the insidiousness of those gentle touches. And then suddenly I sat up in terror, switching on the light. From the flower pot beside the bed, a small cutting from that original plant was throwing forth these ghostly tendrils, crawling across me avidly, binding me, sending a shudder to the depths of my soul. With a mad, convulsive movement, I leapt to my feet and began to tear them from me, even as I felt my blood began to grow cold and drain. With the pot in my hand, I came into my mother's room, where Dolores lay asleep, drugged by the drink she had meant for me. I had no compunction as I placed the plant beside her and watched the tendrils reach for her body. Then I left and went to the cellar. I gathered all the old papers, soaking them with gasoline from the lawnmower can. There was no point in searching the house. She could have hidden cuttings of that dreadful plant anywhere, but at least they had to be in the house. I laid a kerosene trail toward the papers and the gas can. I lit it and went upstairs. I wished I had something to live for, but I haven't. I only had loved one woman, but she didn't love me. I would have said a prayer for both Dolores and myself, but I didn't have time.
I can hear some of you saying, I just don't believe it. I've never known of a man-eating plant. Well, quite so. But then I've never been lost in the Bermuda Triangle, or seen a UFO for sure, or experienced teletransportation or reincarnation. I'll be back shortly. The Quint home burned to the ground. Nothing was left but powdered ash. With it perished Hubbard and Dolores and whatever flora or plants she'd been growing, including the protagonist in our story. There was literally nothing left of any of them, which moves me to close this chapter with just one more Latin tag. De mortuis ne nisi bonum. Let us speak only good of the dead. Our cast included Robert Dryden, Joan Shea, Terry Keane, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
I really enjoyed that, but I'm not gonna lie, like, at points I was like, someone's gonna start singing Suddenly Seymour, and I was like, I'm just waiting for it, but it didn't happen. Is Country Pumpkin okay? I see she's in chat, and I was getting a bit worried because she has a thing about plants, and I thought, oh, I don't want to get overstimulated, I was a bit worried about you. Just saying. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. It was good. Good ending to it as well. Nice twist on it. That is all the shows from me for tonight, guys. For many of you, it'll be going over to Lisa's in about 10, 15 minutes or when she gets herself on. She was on here earlier, but only briefly. So I would like to thank you all, as per usual, for being here and supporting me. I'm going to do the shout-outs now. I've also got something to tell you, so don't dash off just yet. So thank you to Susan, Mariam, Millie, Dale, Lisa, Adam, Maria, Mel, Becky, Lynn, Jenna, Adrian, Shannon, Crystal, Jeff, Wendy, Miss Moonsoon, sorry. Two Cleza, Country Pumpkin, and Silami. So, well, thank you so much for your gifts. And thank you to everybody who tapped. We made 50K tonight. That's awesome. 12 new followers as well. Welcome on in, guys. My name is Daza. If you have not been here before, this is the Forbidden Frequency. I usually air this on a Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. and I play like spooky radio shows from 7 till 9 UK time. If you want more, please go and check out Lisa, aka Creepy Glasgow Gal, who'll be on within the hour. And then if you want more after that, there's the OG, who is Captain Casket. And then if you still can't get enough, there's our Devon, Poach Law. And Devon's awesome. She has a really good knack of sending people to sleep with her amazing stories that she makes. 73 on your end. I've got 50 on my end. That's weird. Guys, I found Day of the Triffids radio collection, 6 episodes, 1963. Yes, Lulu. Creepy Glasgow Gal. It's Gal on the end, not girl. Creepy Glasgow Gal. She'll be on within the hour. Similar setup. I can't listen to any sort of tell me what happens in City of the Dead. I've already done it, Crafty. You're going to have to listen to 8 and 9. That was the first ones I played. You'll have to listen. You'll find it on Tube of View. And it's on there. Yeah, this is the radio version, not the TV version, obviously, because we're not going to do video for a while, guys, after last night, because let's face it, that went to hell in a handcart. You're welcome, Crafty, no problem. So we'll not be doing video for a while. It's going to be radio anyway. So I don't know if you guys are up for that. Day of the Triffids. There's 6 episodes in total, so I could probably do 2 episodes at a time. Which actually I could start that tomorrow and we could do Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, couldn't we? And then I would start them from 7, the half hour each. And then I'll start them from 7 and then do a CBS. So that's what we'll do this week. We'll do Day of the Triffids. Yes! I like it when a plan comes together. So thank you to everybody who's joined for the night. Thank you for the taps, your likes, your gifts and everything. I massively appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. Hey Natasha, you've just come in and I'm going. I'll be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. Creepy Plant Week, yeah. It's springtime too, Claza. You know, what can I say? Celebrate spring with creepy plants. That's what we'll do. 'Cause why not? I hope you all have an is it Leza? Right, I'll try and remember that because is it Lisa? Sorry, I'm saying that. You know what? Lisa. Sorry. I'm a bit I'll just say it as it is. Sorry, Lisa. Right, okay. I'll remember that. Anyway, thank you, Lisa, for the clarification. Good night, guys. Have an amazing evening. Have an amazing evening. Have an amazing evening. Have an amazing evening.